What's up, guys? Welcome to Bit Era Gaming. I'm your host, Kyle. Tonight we're going to do a little bit of some streaming of Super Mario Brothers, the original. Not the remakes, not any of that mess. We're going to do the real Mario Brothers here. I'm doing some stuff here with my streaming software, and I want to make sure I get everything right. Because, unfortunately, my Nintendo died on me, and that is not a good thing. I think I'm going to have to replace the pin connector, so we'll see how that goes. But we'll probably end up doing a video on that at some point, because I was watching a few videos on it. It looks fairly easy, but I've already ordered my pin connector replacement. They're only about $10, so they're not terribly expensive. So, if you're new to gaming, if you don't know anything about gaming, or if you're just a young buck who's never played these old games before, this was one of the original games. This was Super Mario. This was part of my childhood. Many a Saturday morning, many a Friday night spent playing this game. Now, I normally don't advocate emulators, but right now I'm using a pretty good emulator on my Mac, and I've been playing it for a few minutes here, and I've not had any trouble with it yet. Normally, I like to be original. I like to play everything through the old systems, and I have the old system sitting over here, but for some reason, she's giving me the red light of death. Actually, on the Nintendo, they call it the blinking light of death. So, I gotta try and get that fixed. Watched a couple videos, doesn't look, it's just some screws and you replace a connector. So hopefully next time I'll be able to get the real thing. But for right now, this emulator is working pretty well. I get to use a Wiimote, and that's pretty nice. I think it connects Bluetooth. But if you've never played this game right here will teach you the roots of gaming. I mean, you can learn so much. There's secrets here, secrets there. I'm not going to go into the secret worlds right now. There's too many to keep up with in this game, to be honest with you. I remember playing this as a kid. My mom would show me how to play this, and friends would come over and play this, and we just spent hours playing these great games. There's so many little tricks. You gotta know how to do this, and you gotta know how to do that, and it's second nature to me half the time. I'm just sitting here doing it as I'm playing and not even thinking about it. But the trick with this one is side scroller, so you're moving to the side constantly. In this game especially, but a lot of these originals, once you go so far, your screen won't go back. Like, you can't back up. So if you lose, a mushroom or a star or anything, once it's gone past that screen, like, you're not getting it. So forget it. Just be careful with that. And if you don't know a whole lot about Mario, I'm not gonna do like a history lesson of right now. I'm gonna do that later of the Nintendo, because I was doing some research on it, and man, there's so much to go over, because it was one of the first definitive game systems besides the Atari, which you could, depending on which era you came up in, the Atari was probably more of your time. Hang on, my camera's doing something crazy here. But depending on what era you came up in, how old you are, which I'm 31, so this is 15-year-old system? No, what's older than that? It came out in the 80s. It's before my time. It actually came out before I was born. So, I was a really little guy when this came out. Trick to these guys, just wait till they go back down and you're fine. Get this set up so it doesn't cut off on me again. And a lot of times you can bust through. I think I've spent a dozen times trying to bust through all these bricks. There'll be secret stuff hidden in there, like I said. There's so many secrets in this game, and we're not going to go into all of them right now. I will do that at some point. Like I said, this is going to be history, vintage gaming history, vintage gaming, cheats and secrets and all kind of fun stuff, just to have a good time. Because I love gaming, and I don't get to do it a lot anymore, but I feel like this would be an interesting way to do some gaming, is to share it with you guys and get some feedback, input, what your favorite system, what your favorite game was. But the basic gist of every Mario Brothers story, every Mario Brothers game, somehow the princess is in trouble. Usually it's Bowser. Somebody's got her, and you gotta try and save her. There's some turtles involved. There's, these little guys. All you gotta do is squish them. Easy, right? Right. Controls on this are pretty accurate. I'm not struggling too much. Like I said, I learned on the old system's the real system again, which I have sitting here with me. So I'm not just making this stuff up. I play these, I have these, I collect these. But she died on me. I think the last time I played was my mom played the system and we had the same trouble, but I finally got it to work after messing with it for about 30 minutes. But I've messed with it again tonight and no such luck. Firepower, always a good thing. Man, these levels are shorter than I remember. I've been playing Super Mario World on Super Nintendo, and they're a good bit longer than these, but a couple years ago I beat Mario 3. I had an emulator on my iPod Touch at the time, and that was fun because you could actually just save your game and go back. Like a lot of these you can't do game saves, but on emulators, guess what? You can. It's nice. You lose your spot, you need to start over, you need to take a break, whatever. See, this part's going to be tricky because I have no mushrooms. In Super Mario that I was just playing on Super Nintendo, I'd go back to another level and I would get some more mushrooms. But see, I died. So, guess who gets to try again? This guy. It's all good. But emulators are pretty readily available online if you want to do any of this vintage gaming with us. If you want to try these games out and don't want to go through the hassle of finding an old system and fixing it like I'm going to have to fix mine, you can get a free emulator. This one I got was free. It's on a Mac. OpenEMU is what it's called. You can find ROMs. Like I said, I own this game, so I'm not illegally doing anything. I own this game. Just my NES isn't working right now. NES stands for Nintendo Entertainment Center System, if you didn't know. I would throw that out there. See how far I can get this time without dying over and over. This one's a lot harder because you can't carry over your extras. Like in Super Mario World, you get extra, you know, mushroom, flower power, whatever. This one, you're not so lucky. I'm noticing a little delay in the gameplay versus the real thing. So it's been a year or two since I played my real system, and it took a while to get her going. Then she had to warm up. So I fear that, you know, if you take it apart and you open it, the connector gets a lot of gunk on it over time, and you can try and clean it and bend the pins back, but as old as this system is, you might as well just buy a new connector for $10 and throw it in there. There's all kind of fun things on YouTube about this game. You know, there's a guy who played the entire first 2 levels on the violin. On the violin, people. He did the whole soundtrack on the violin. Awesome. If I could remember that secret level, I'd take you there real quick. But there's a secret in this level somewhere, and I don't remember it off the top of my head. You have to get it right at the beginning, and like I said earlier, once you scroll past something in this game, you're not getting back to it. So. Relatively short level. The higher you jump on that, the more points you get, if you didn't know that. You get bonus points for doing it quicker. I forget how you get extra lives in this game. The other Mario games, it's a lot easier to get extra lives. Not this one. Like I said, this is the original, this is the OG. It actually, the original cart came with 2 games in it, Duck Hunt and this one. And if you've never played Duck Hunt, you probably won't ever get to, because it can only be played on a old style TV, you know, tube TV, because the gun itself actually runs off of the light emitted from those old TVs. And you know how your parents would always tell you, hey, don't sit so close to the TV, you know, burn your eyes, you know, whatever. They're not wrong. It put out a lot of light. That's how the Duck Hunt gun picked up where you were pointing to hit the ducks. So these new TVs, you know, LCD monitors, LED monitors, don't put out enough light for the gun to pick it up. So you can all day point your gun at that. It's not going to pick it up. It's kind of aggravating. I used to work at Best Buy, and I had a guy actually get mad at me one time because I didn't have a TV. He bought a TV, and the TV did not work with Duck Hunt. Like, he was furious. He was legitimately furious. He returned the TV, completely angry, because he couldn't play Duck Hunt. And I was like, buddy, I don't know what to tell you. He was like, well, what do I do? How do I get a TV? What am I, you know? I said, you've got to go to like a pawn shop or a resale store, something that's going to carry an old style TV. We obviously, this was 2013, 2012, said we are not going to carry that kind of TV that's going to work for you, buddy. So, if you don't have one of those TVs and you want to play this game, Duck Hunt, probably not going to happen. If you can find one of those TVs, which I won't say they're not around, but they are, if you can't find one, you'll never get it. But that was a classic game. And I bet I can find an emulator that would do it just to show you how cool it was. The little dog, and he laughed at you when you missed, and it was just, he gave you the shrug, and you know, like, hey, you're just a terrible shot. He made you feel horrible. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I am going to lose for sure, 100%. Because I've got nothing to help me out. Bowser's already shooting his fire at me. And I don't remember how to beat him on this one. Oh, all you got to do is drop the gate on him. Like that. Whew. Thought I was a goner. And we thought we were going to get the princess, but guess what? She's not here. Go figure. Only got one life. Probably not going to make it much farther. But that's okay. I don't remember this level. Been many years since I've played this game. I think the last game I was playing on it was Mario 3. Mario 3 is probably my favorite. 2 didn't get enough recognition. 2 was good. It was just different. People were so used to this one. And then 2 comes out, and it was just strange. But it was good. You had different characters. You could play different characters. We'll do it sometime, because I have it as well. I have 1, 2, and 3. If I can get my NES working, we'll do them all and talk about them and the differences. And 3 was my favorite because you get the tail and you can fly, which I don't know how you can fly with a raccoon tail, but beside the point, I guess. I'm about to die, and I died. I wish you had a save point, but game over. So, I think that's as far as I'm going to make it. I'm doing terrible at this. I should probably start saving and then coming back to my save point just so that I can get farther in the game. But this is the first stream we're going to do. If you have any ideas, games you want to see, specific games you want to see, shoot me an email. I'd be glad to get them and play them and talk to you about them. We're going to do a couple episodes on the NES first. We might do a history episode. We're probably going to do a taking apart episode. I'll show you this. I have it. Just so you don't think I'm lying to you. I have it. It's here. The real thing. So, she's giving me the red light of death. Blinking light of death. I'm sorry. I'm so used to the Xbox because I had the red light of death too. And my PlayStation. But something rolling around in there. That's probably not very good. Hear that? That's probably not very good. But we'll do an unboxing. We'll take it apart. We'll open it. We'll check into it when my new connector gets in, and we'll talk about it, do some history on it, do a couple more games, because I have probably 4 or 5 games I'd like to go into with you that are a little bit easier, a little more forgiving than this one. But thank you guys for tuning into the first episode. Please like and share the page. We'll see you next time.